Probably like some of you, I found Unitarian Universalism quite by accident. But it was an accident waiting to happen. I grew up Catholic, but personally didn't feel bound to believe everything taught by the Catholic Church. But even though I didn't feel bound, I didn't necessarily feel comfortable either. There's a classic joke about Unitarians you may have heard. Why can't Unitarians sing well? Because they're always reading ahead to see if they agree with the next line. Amen to that. That was me. I wasn't comfortable singing things I didn't believe or saying things I didn't believe. And even though I was fairly confident in my cafeteria Catholicism, I just didn't feel like I was being totally sincere. But coming to a UU church freed me from that uncomfortable feeling. After a while, that is, I was still conscientiously reading ahead, but before long I found that I was fine with most of what was said and sung. And beyond that, maybe even more interesting, is that I was even free to be able to sing and say things I didn't believe. Strange, right? So in a few weeks at Easter, which in my opinion is a glorious ritual that Rev Rick has brought to us, we're going to be singing Jesus Christ is Risen Today. And I will be singing it lustily, as Reverend Rick often recommends, and I hope you will be too. I'll be singing it lustily not because I think the bodily resurrection of Jesus is necessarily true, but because for some reason Jesus' message of compassion and love didn't die. And because for an old tune, it's still pretty awesome. And regardless of what we think about Jesus, I think we try to treat each other with love and compassion every day. See what I did just there? I reinterpreted Christianity. I can do that here. I love that. Now some of you may sing that song just because you like it, because it reminds you of a religious past that you can safely reminisce about here, or for some other reason. Some of you won't sing it at all. Some of you won't want to have anything to do with Easter, and won't be here. And all that is fine, and how it should be. We are all on our own free and responsible searches, right? We are all in a different place. But where did this freedom to think come from? Unlike many people who might feel bound to believe in all church's teachings or a literal interpretation of the Bible, why didn't I feel bound? Well, there are many people to blame, but a few culprits come to mind immediately. In my Catholic high school morality class taught by Father Doc, who I saw for the first time in a long time, just a few weeks ago, we were taught that there was this thing we should follow called our conscience. This conscience was to be informed, of course, by church teaching, but ultimately, if after being informed we didn't agree with the information, we could follow our conscience rather than the teachings. That was pretty liberating. I don't think everybody is taught that message. Maybe you were, or maybe you weren't. But still, here you are. And why are you here? Who gave you permission to think for yourself, to be who you truly are? My parents also seemed flexible in their beliefs and practices, so that gave me a little bit more latitude. And then there's the British comedy troupe, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Their skits and films about religion help me to see the humor in something that, while serious, shouldn't be taken too seriously. This wonderful idea of freedom of thought is a principle to which our namesake, Thomas Jefferson, bound himself. And Unitarian Universalism provides a structure in which we can explore our beliefs and identity and share them with others. And hear where other people are on their journeys, which then informs and enriches our own. That's what people who agree with our principles, which includes a lot of unaffiliated people out there, miss out on by not being here. experiencing personal interactions, being a beloved community of free thinkers who work together, talk together, share together, and sing together. And not just on Sunday, because there are opportunities to engage with each other all during the week as well. We come to TJMC as individuals, just as we are, able to be who we are, lovingly binding ourselves to one another. It is a bondage freely accepted, and one worth holding on to, I think. I hope you agree. But if you don't, that's okay too. You don't have to think alike to love them.